The next thing we're going to do we'll start with the first service that is known as the Azure Virtual Machine. Azure Virtual Machine. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you able to hear
Hello.
me? Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Next thing I'm going to explain you
Yes.
that yes, your voice is
Is my
dropping.
voice audible now?
Your voice is dropping. I think you're having enough internet speed. Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Your voice is dropping. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Now.
Now,
Now
yes,
is
clear,
my
clear.
voice audible?
Okay. Use broadband. Don't use mobile internet. Hello? 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 No. Yes.
Okay. Now
Now,
is my voice audible?
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Next thing is there. We're going to learn about the what are the Azure services are there. The first
Okay.
service we're going to learn about the Azure Virtual Machine. Azure Virtual
Virtual
Machine.
machine.
Okay. Azure Virtual Machine. The first thing, the first service is going to learn about the Azure Virtual Machine. Virtual machine is nothing but a virtual server, also known as a virtual server. Okay. So,
Yes.
whereas in AWS it is known as the EC2.
AC2.
Whereas in Google Cloud it is known as the Google Compute Engine.
Okay.
So there are different names are there. Whereas always Microsoft prefer the that industry name. What is the industry name? Whatever the general name is there, that virtual machine, the same name they are given.
Virtual machine.
Same name.
Okay.
They are not changed anything. All the services they give the same name only. They are not modified
Okay.
like AWS or Google. Hmm?
Okay.
So now I just log into the Azure portal. I just log into the
Okay.
Azure portal. Here I just go to log into the Azure portal. Now we're going to create a Windows virtual machine and a Linux virtual machine. Then we're going to deploy an
Okay.
application by using the
Azure virtual
Azure
machine.
virtual machine. So this is a Azure virtual machine, just slowly loading this set. Okay.
Okay.
So you had created this account, already have account. You are already
No,
having.
no. Already, no.
You
I'm
have.
having a mail ID, but
Okay.
due to some issues, I could not able to clear that. It got blocked. It will be open within 24 hours. I have tried today morning only.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
Anyhow, by tomorrow evening, I will be having this Azure account in my hand
Okay.
at no cost.
Okay. So now this is the Azure portal. This is the Azure portal.
Okay. Azure portal.
So somewhere wise UI wise AWS is good. UI wise. UI wise
We
AWS
will,
is good.
yes, we will be getting EC2 instance
It
options
is
at
easy.
the left
Everything
side.
is easy.
Yeah.
We are a little bit clumsy there in Azure. Okay. Here,
Okay.
if the left side having the three lines are there, you can check here the what are the services provided by the Azure.
Azure.
When you click on
Okay.
his three lines, this is the menu option is there. When you click on here, it will show the all services provided by the Azure. Here from the machine
Azure.
learning, analytics, compute, containers, databases, DevOps, general, hybrid and multi-cloud, identity, integration, IoT, management governance, migration, mixed reality,
Migration.
monitor, networking, security, storage, and web and mobile. Okay. In this
Okay.
first service, going to learn about the compute. Okay,
Compute.
compute. Okay. So this compute
Okay.
having again having a multiple options are there. Multiple options are there. In this one, going to create a
Options.
today we're going to create a virtual machine or a virtual server
Virtual machine.
or virtual
Okay.
server. Just click on the virtual machine here. Or else you can click here in the search bar by typing the virtual VM. It will also open directly.
Okay.
you don't know the path, just type the service in the search bar.
VM.
Search bar.
Okay.
Here,
Yes.
this is the dashboard. I'm getting echo from my
Okay.
side. I don't know that from your side. Your login is multi-login? Multi-login here, huh?
No, no, single.
Okay.
No, no.
I'm getting echo continuously. Okay, no problem. Okay? I'm getting echo from your side.
Okay.
Okay? Here, this is the virtual machine. Now I'm going to create a virtual machine. Okay? Now I'm going to
Okay.
create a virtual machine. Here, to create a virtual machine, here click on the create. There are multiple options are there. Virtual machine scale set, reset and hybrid pre-configured options are there. We're going to select a virtual machine. Okay? I just selected a virtual machine here. Option.
Yes.
So now just click on this virtual machine option. Okay. To create any service or to access any service in Microsoft, it is mandatory to have a create a resource group. It is mandatory to have a create a resource group. What does mean by resource group? Resource group is collection of the all Azure resources. In your computer, you have a folder is there. That folder keep all your videos, audio, everything will keep in a folder. Same thing here. You want to create any service. I want to access any service. First, we need to create a resource group in the Azure. Without creating resource group, you can't access the services. It is mandatory to create the resource group. Whereas this resource group concept is not there in AWS. What is the resource group? Resource group is like a folder where we work, all the things where we work. Got it? Here, I just clicked on the virtual machine. Here, there are multiple options are there: basics, disk, networking, management, monitoring, advanced, tags, and review create are there. Here, I am going to create a resource group. First, we need to create a resource group. For creating resource group, I just give the name as a resource group name as a cyber cloud. Giving as a cyber cloud. Okay? Then okay. Then here you need to give the virtual machine name. You need to give the virtual machine name. I am giving the virtual machine name as a cyber cloud VM. Cyber cloud VM. Okay, done. Then the virtual machine need to create in which region. Whether you want to create which region, there are multiple regions are there. You want to create which region you want to create. You can select any region. Suppose I want to create in South India, I need to select this one, South India. Then I need to click the West India, we need to select the West India. You can select any region. I just mute you because of I'm getting constant echo from your side. Okay. Got it? So I just mute you. Okay. You left again. Hello.
Sir, I have just verified everything was clear from my end.
No, I'm getting continuously echo from your side. Some unwanted
Is
voices
it
are
clear
there.
now?
Now it is clear. Okay.
Okay.
The previous I am getting constant echo from your side.
Okay.
Here I just selected a region here. You can deploy. Still I am getting something noise. Somebody else is there in neighbor. They had watching the TV or somewhere. Huh?
No one else there. I was in
When
the
I turn
room,
off
which was
when I
completely
turn off
closed.
your microphone, here I am not getting any voice. Now I am getting not any voice from your side. Okay. Here I selected a region. Which region I selected here? US East 2. Okay. So then it asking for, so I told you that region having availability zones. You want to deploy in the specific availability zone. I selected which region? US East 2. You can select any region according to your requirement. Generally, if you are in India, you need to select the Central India and South India. But I had selected here, which region here? US East 2. Okay. And in the US East 2, I told you that multiple availability zones are there. You want to select this particular availability zone, you know, to select a particular availability zone to run this virtual machine, you can select the availability zone. I don't want to select the availability zone. I don't want any redundancy. So I select here no infrastructure redundancy because I don't need any redundancy. If you are working on the real-time virtual machine, we need to select the availability zone. So if you select the availability zone, it provides the redundancy or backup for the virtual machine. I selected a no infrastructure redundancy here. Then I selected here, there are two types are there, one is the standard one, second is the trusted TPM. So trusted launcher virtual machine. Trusted launcher virtual machines have a generation 2 virtual machine which is having more security. Here I selected standard one. So image which operating system we need, which operating system we need to run. There are multiple operating systems are like 2025, 22 like that. I selected a server 2019. You can select anything. Selected a server 2019 data center x64 generation 2. And here by the default it selected a B1S. So B1S is having a 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. You want to check all the computers which is having sizes. Here click on the see all sizes. Here multiple options are there. These VMs having a B series, D series, D series V3, D series V2, E series V5, E series V4, E series V5, V3. Having a multiple series, having multiple configurations of your instances or virtual machine. If you select a B1 series, it is having a multiple options are there. They are again having a B1 MS, which is having a 1 CPU, 1 RAM, 2 GB RAM. If you select a B1S, it is having 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU. If you select a B2 MS, it is having a 1 CPU and 2 CPU and 8 GB RAM. If you select a D series, the D series is generally used for the general purpose node. They have a D series is there. Again having a D series, having a RAMs are there. There are multiple things are there. Multiple instances are there. Or multiple virtual machines with different sizes. Here if you select the E series, they are suitable for the high memory needs. If your application need data analytics or data like machine learning, you go for this one. So this one E series. Okay, there are multiple options are there which are having a different series are there. Different E series support the different like according to your requirement you can select a different series. So now I selected which one, B1S, because it is a free service eligible. It is having 1 CPU and 1 RAM. I selected here one. Once then asking for the username. You can select any username, giving the username as Javed and password also I give here. Okay. Here also set the password for the machine. So you can set the password with the 12 letters. You can set the password with the 12 letters and should be the complex. Here I am giving the password here. Okay. So this I am set password here. Okay. I just copy this one, this password and paste in the password section. Here confirm password. Okay. Then we need to allow suppose I want to connect from my computer to Windows, that is from my laptop to Azure virtual machine. We need to always allow the port number 3389, that is RDP port. If you don't allow this port, you don't able to connect to the Azure virtual machine. We need to enable the 3389. It was already defaultly enabled. Okay. So we have already license is there. If you are having any existing license is there, you can add the license here. I don't have any license for any Windows machine. Again having multiple options are there like disk, networking. Here when you click on this one, here having a next is there disk. I don't select anything. These things will get learned in the future. Then just skip all this option. All this option I just skipped it. Okay, because I don't change anything. In future we are going to explain all these things. Just select a management, monitoring, all these options we can learn in the upcoming classes. I just click on the basics. I filled all the things in the basic. Then I selected a review and create. Review and create. So review and create. Okay. So after that it will show the price. It is the monthly estimated cost around 3,310 rupees per month. That means that we need to pay around 110 rupees per day. 110 days, 10 rupees per day. Okay. So now here I selected here, then click on the create. It will create a Azure Windows virtual machine. Okay. We need to wait for at least 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, understood? We need to wait for 3 to 5 minutes. Now your microphone is enabled. Because of consistent echo from your side, I just mute off you. Okay. Now you can able to have talk with me. Got it? Hello. You got it?
Yes, I got it.
Now just now created a Windows virtual machine. Windows
Yeah.
virtual machine. It takes some time to create a virtual machine. First it will create a resource group, then it will create all the prerequisites like public IP, virtual network, NetZ, all these things it will create one by one. So another thing is there,
Okay.
if you want to create any service or want to access any service, I told you that to create resource group in the Azure. If Azure, okay, resource group is a mandatory. Got it?
Okay.
Resource group is mandatory in the Microsoft Azure only. There is no resource group in the AWS. Directly you can create any service in the AWS. But whatever the services you create, you will keep in a one folder. That is known as the resource group. Like a project folder, that one. Which one? Resource group. Okay?
Okay.
This resource group contains all the resources of the Azure. All the resources of Azure keep in the resource group. Got it?
Got it.
So now it's trying to create the virtual machine. It takes time to create the virtual machine. After creation of the Azure Windows virtual machine, we're going to create a Linux virtual machine. Linux virtual machine.
Okay. Linux.
Presently, which company you are working with you? Which company?
Carlyle.
Okay. That is your role is?
DBA.
Okay. You are as a skill, huh?
Yeah, SQL.
Okay. You do some data analysis, only you need to like queries only you write. Like
No, I won't be writing any kind of queries. I will be working on the all the data
support, huh?
related deployments. Yeah, support.
Oh, okay. Now it is created. Now it is created. Okay. You check here, go to the
Yeah,
resource.
deployment.
So now it is created. Now virtual machine is created. I told you that it will load very slowly. Huh?
Yes.
So now it is created the virtual machine of the Windows virtual machine. Huh? And the
Yes.
resource group is Cyber Cloud. Public IP address is this one. Here we are going to connect. How are we going to connect here? To connect here, one of the option is there, connect. You click on the connect here. Click on the connect here. Now it is showing the RDP machine. What is the username? Username is Javed. The password is which this one I set here. Huh? How will you connect here? We need to click on the download RDP file. We need to click here the download RDP file. Now RDP file it is downloaded. So then click on the RDP file, that is remote desktop file, which makes connect to the two Windows machine. These two Windows machines will connect with the help of RDP. Where suppose you want to connect Linux machine, we use SSH. Use SSH. Now connected to the. It asking for the password. Asking for the password. Just copy the password here, paste here. Then okay. Now able to connect to the Windows virtual machine. I successfully connected to the Windows virtual machine. Is it okay now? Now it is loaded. Virtual machine now created. It is the Windows Server 2019 Data Center Edition. Okay. I don't know that how it is taken, that how much time. Still it is loading, huh?
Yes,
I
it
don't know
has
that.
taken so much
Even
of
also
time.
in my home also I just created a virtual machine yesterday. That's also taken so much of time. I don't know from I think my internet is very good. Still it is taking so much of time to load. What is your shift timing? Do you have any shift timing like
No, I will be working in rotational wise. 1 month morning shift, 1 month noon shift, 1 month night shift.
you working in hybrid mode or like work from office?
No, Actually, permanent work from home.
Okay, permanent should from home.
But we have received a few P1 tickets at the time of migration.
Okay,
So in such case, they have asked us to come to office and clear all those. For
okay,
each ticket, they have given us 4 hours of time.
okay, okay.
That's the reason it took this much of time to come back again.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what happened. Again, we will reconnect. Let me disconnect and reconnect. Generally, it will be very slow compared to AWS. It is stopped here. It is not loading. So, ఆగిపోయింది ర్యామ్ ప్రాబ్లం మరి
Actually, it got stuck.
అక్కడ అయిపోయింది స్టార్ట్ అవ్వకముందే అయిపోయింది బండి అది రీస్టార్ట్ చేస్తే కనెక్ట్ అవ్వడం కష్టం అది 1 minute. They're asking, advising me to migrate the D series better virtual machine. Is having some issue is there. Here, see this.
Yes.
Because the virtual machine having only 1 GB RAM, that one also a big issue.
Successfully restarted the machine.
Now we're going to connect.
Yes, now it will connect.
Because of the RAM issue, it takes time. Huh? So now it is successfully loaded. Huh?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
you can this virtual server you can use. You can deploy your application. You can install any web server or any database, anything in this machine, on top of this machine. You can use.
Okay.
You can like your physical
Okay.
computer. Same thing here also. The same thing you do. Same thing. Nothing is changed.
Okay.
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 So this is the creation of the Windows virtual machine. Windows virtual machine.
Windows. Yeah.
Okay. Then whenever we create any resource, try to delete the resource group. Okay, because of the
Okay.
charges. So this is the not a free tier mode. The free tier they will give only 1 month. They'll give the
Okay.
1 month. Okay.
One.
I just go to the resource group here. Go to the resource group. Go to the resource group. I'll create the here
Okay.
one advantage is there. Whereas in
Huh.
AWS, each and resource we need to delete individually.
Yes. Individually.
But here we don't need to delete individually. All the resources are reside inside this cyber cloud resource group. Nothing but a folder. If
Okay.
you select this resource
Okay.
group, if you delete the resource group, then automatically everything will be deleted. There is a big advantage there in
Okay.
the Azure. Okay,
Okay.
got it?
Okay. Got it.
There is a big advantage there in the Azure. Okay, here I selected a resource group here. Selected a resource group here. There is an option is there called I select all the
Delete this.
here select the
Yes.
resource group. It will delete everything. We don't need to delete individual. Whereas in AWS is big issue is there. Sometimes we'll forget to delete the public IP or other things. Huh? So we need to delete
Yes.
everything here individual. But here if you delete the resource group, everything is deleted. Everything is deleted.
Okay.
Okay, so there are good things
Yes.
also there, bad things also there. Something is there means data center issues. That data center having old data center, not much, uh, not good data center compared to the AWS and Google Cloud. So AWS having a
Okay.
very high speed, everything will be correct with a less time. Okay. Now deleting here. Okay, after few
Yes.
minutes it will delete. Which one? Azure Virtual Machine. That is a Windows Virtual
Yes.
Machine. Then what we'll do tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going to deploy a web application. Okay, we create a web application.
Okay.
Create a web application.
Web application.
Okay, the web application means I create something like what? Mm,
Same
I
like
create
we
a
will be
website.
having
I create a small website
yeah,
by
we'll be
SQL
having
machine.
a code, we'll be deploying that.
By using this code, we install the web server.
We'll be just
Yes,
yes.
any web server, Nginx, Apache ST server, or Apache.
Then after I will be using that web ID and I will be accessing from my laptop. That home page need to be opened. Is that correct?
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, 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 yes. Are you able to hear
Yes.
me? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow I'll do it that one. So deploying
Okay.
the
Yeah. Sure.
Windows virtual machine. For Linux virtual
Web
machine, it is
application.
for Linux virtual machine. I just go to the to because Linux virtual machine we can't directly connect from the console or portal. We need a SSH client. We need a
Okay. SSH client.
SSH client maybe if the open source is there. There. This is the SSH client. Okay. These are the SSH client.
Okay.
We need to have this SSH client. Then only we can connect to the Linux machine.
Okay.
So one thing is there. One is the patti. Someone else it is called
Putty.
patti కూడా అంటారు. Okay, patti or
Yes.
putti. Or else that is
Putty normally they will be using for networking side. I think
yes.
so.
This is also networking. By using this tool only we can connect to the server. The server is there
Okay.
remote. Suppose if you are having a
Yeah.
SQL server
Yeah.
is there. Okay. Remember that
Okay.
SQL server is there. Somewhere else is remote is there.
Yes.
Nobody will keep the
Uh,
server in beside you.
yes.
That is somewhere else. It may be in
Yes.
overseas. It may be in India. It may be somewhere in any city.
Yes.
How they connect by using the patti? They from my client. I am a client machine. From my client, I am going to
Okay.
using putty. I am going to connect to SQL server.
Okay. Done.
Okay.
Okay.
Generally, it is a client which is connect to the remote server or remote device, not remote server
Okay.
and remote device. Any like remote computer, remote router, remote switch, or remote server,
Switch.
server.
Remote set.
Server. The SQL server is in the remote side, so that is somewhere else in the like it is located in the somewhere in the other city, or it is located in the overseas like any other country. Then also we can connect from the putty. From you are a client.
Putty.
I want to make a connection to the SQL server. From the putty you can do.
Okay.
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 This makes
Okay.
so there are multiple softwares. The Putty is there, or Putty is there, MobaXtrum, Jit Bash, WinSCP, Bitwise. There are multiple SSH clients are there. From this SSH client, we'll
Okay.
make a connection to the Linux machine. From the
Linux
to
machine.
connect the Linux machine, we can't directly connect from the console. That is portal.
Okay.
So Windows we can do
Portal.
because the the remote
Okay.
machine is a Windows. Your laptop is also Windows. No issue. It will directly connect by downloading the RDP. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Suppose you are using Mac, then we need to download the from Play Store, that is iOS store. Go to the
Okay.
one third party application to connect the Windows also. If you are using
Okay.
Mac,
Okay.
if you are using Mac, again same thing. I need to download the one third party application to connect to the Windows also.
Okay.
So now if you see this here, resource group is deleted. Okay, once the resource group is deleted, everything is deleted.
Okay.
So that is the class today. Tomorrow I'll go for the Linux machine, how to create a Linux machine and to deploy web application on the Windows and the Linux.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll just send this video to
Sure,
you.
sir.
Huh? You can just
Okay,
go
sir.
through video. Try to practice
Yeah.
this today's class.